Namaste, welcome back to my channel. This is Anvi Prabhu with you. So I recently saw a clip of Candace Owens speaking about the importance and the necessity of Pride Month, specifically in relationship to and in comparison with the treatment that is meted out to the veterans in the USA. And this is an argument that I have seen quite often on Twitter and on other YouTube videos as well. So I thought it was worthy to delve into. Before we do so, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe, share, and also press the notification icon so that you don't miss out on any future episodes.
It would be one thing if we sent our boys overseas and they came back and they were treated well. Look at the way they treat our veterans. Look at the way they treat our veterans. Look at the VA. It's a disaster. You mean to tell me that our veterans get one day and the LGBTQLM never-ending alphabet community gets an entire month? Really comprehend how disrespectful that is. Really comprehend what it really means when these journalists come at you and they ask you why you don't worship the LGBTQIA never-ending dyslexic agenda. I'm getting dyslexia with this alphabet soup community.
I do agree that today's Pride Month celebrations have become counterproductive. They are not what they were originally intended to be. But if you do dig a little deeper, you do realize that the month of May is actually designated as a military appreciation month in all the 50 states of the USA. Now, the fact that it is not celebrated on the scale that Pride Month is celebrated is something that I don't know the reason of. And also, it does not make it okay to compare it with Pride Month and attack the LGBT community as a whole. Yes, there are definitely extremist dialogues that have taken over what was originally, as I said, a simple right for dignity and basic rights of humans. But again, it's not okay to attack the entire community. I guess that's one of the major underlying problems in today's social and political discourse, whether it is the left wing or the right wing. Most of the times, there is no sense of balance. And to me personally, it feels like a major part of it is because of social media and the power that it gives to every single individual. It's like we're no longer mute audiences in front of a TV set, but rather very active participants in almost every single conversation. And that means that there are several thousands, if not more, opinions and takes on almost every single issue. Now, of course, it is fantastic to have personal opinions and develop a sense of dialogue when it comes to what's happening in the world around us. And to be really honest, I love that social media has brought about this kind of almost like a social renaissance where every single person is all the time aware of what is happening with politics and with social issues. And we are all aware of what is happening in literally every corner of the world. But it also makes the conversations a bit muddled, if I may say so, where every single person is trying to have their voice heard in every single matter. And I guess most of us don't think of the repercussions of doing so, and most of us are usually not informed properly about the entire aspect of a particular thing that we are speaking about or talking about or standing up for or standing against, as the case may be. And what makes it even more troublesome is that anybody who goes against your views or has a slightly different opinion to you, they're immediately cancelled, boycotted. And we've begun to use like really heavy words like bigot and fascist. And unfortunately, these words have completely lost their meanings. They're really heavy words. And we've begun to throw them around on an everyday basis. And we use them against anybody who we want on a whim and fancy. I guess on a whole, we've lost our sense of patience with discourse and discussions. I am someone who personally believes in absolute freedom of expression. And I choose to hold this optimistic view, and I choose to operate from this optimistic view that we as a human society, we are capable, very much capable of dealing with absolute freedom of expression. But that aside, I am curious to know what your opinions are on how we can navigate this noisy arena of public discourse. How can we have the good parts of it and at least try to minimize the parts that are actually harming the genuine talking points? And that brings me back to Candace Owens and the attack on the LGBT community as a whole. Like, basic dignity and right to life is something that every human deserves. It is their birthright. And I refuse to compromise that for the sake of extremist left takeover. I guess the simplest solution would be to have more people engage with a balanced discussion where we do not lose sight of the original aim, but at the same time, we are also aware of when there is an illogical takeover of extremist ideologies, be that either on the right or the left. Needless to say, I think this also shows that my personal relationship with social media is one of love hate. I love the fact that the normal, common, everyday man has so much of power in his hands. But I also hate the fact that we as a society, we still do not know how to use this power, and we are allowing this to overtake us rather than we having control over it. Let me know in the comments below what your personal experiences have been with social media and with the things that this current generation has to deal with, including canceling and boycotting, and what your opinions on freedom of expression are, and if we as a society can really embrace that in the true sense. I guess it would also be right to say that it is Candace Owens' freedom of expression to say what she did. I completely agree. But it is also my freedom of expression to speak about it and speak about what I feel about it in this video of mine. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to join in the discussions in the comments below. I do tend to read all of them and I'll try to reply to as many as possible because I really enjoy and I love engaging in conversation with all of you. Thank you, and until next time, take care.